Hello and welcome to Leaders of Tomorrow, India's only daily television platform for small businesses. Over the past 7 years, we've understood what matters most to you, the entrepreneur. And in year 8, we're taking head-on two of your most pressing concerns, that of funding and mentoring. I'm Sunanda Jayaseelan. On the show tonight, we are putting the spotlight on three very special companies. First up is Glasco. On the other side of a break is Ashok Grier and T-Hub. Sameer, good having you here on the show with us. Let's start by talking about the fact that you are 5 decades plus old as far as the scientific laboratory and scientific laboratory wear is concerned in the country. I want to talk about the idea, the germ of the idea really behind this.
Thank you, Sunanda, for having me on the show. Glasco was started way back in 1969 by my father. And the idea was that my grandfather was into similar kind of business, and he got the training of this business from him and started up his own production. From 1969 till 1996, Glasco was primarily focused in India. In 1996, as the market was opening up, liberalization was happening in India, we decided that we will start with exports. And since then till now, Glasco is now exporting to more than 83 countries worldwide. And 80% of the share of the business comes from export and 20% comes from India.
I want to talk about some of the products that you have at your company. What can you tell us?
So Glasco is primarily into lab glassware manufacturing, and a few years back we also started some lab accessory products which are used in the labs for daily needs, some safety products. And now we have also started with laboratory instruments, benchtop instruments that are used in quality control labs and pharma companies.
And given the kind of quality that you have at your company, I understand that you have a presence not just in India but globally as well. So I want to get a sense really of that. What can you tell us, Sameer?
Globally, we are present in 83 countries, and our modus operandi is we work through the distributors primarily. We try to be as close to the end users as possible, working on the solutions and providing them with the best of the products that are required in the industry. Domestically, again, we are very close with the end users, supplying directly to the big pharma companies who use a lot of laboratory glassware and instruments in their quality control labs. And being close to the customer has always helped Glasco in developing the solutions for the customer and coming out with the new product ranges that is required as per the market needs.
So speaking of the international markets, what insight can you share with our viewers in terms of how the international markets are very different perhaps from your Indian markets?
It is complete different scenario working in the global market because there are different kind of standards that are followed. For example, in India, previously Indian standards were followed, which require different specification of making. But if you go globally in South America and America, they want ASTM standards, and in Europe they want an ISO standard, and in Japan they want a Japanese standard. So Glasco is the only company in the world, I can proudly say, who's manufacturing all the 4 different kind of standards from one single plant with the same labor force. Flexibility and versatility is one of the biggest strengths for Glasco, and that is why we have been able to conquer the world market because of the flexibility that we have in making all these different standards.
Speaking of new products, I do want to discuss the Wi-Fi Smart Lab concept. What can you tell us about that? This was something that you premiered in 2018, I understand. What more can you tell us?
As the world is moving towards a new technology, new requirements are coming up from the customers. And going forward, the cloud-based technology has been growing substantially. While developing the new products, we always keep in mind how to make the things more easier for the customer. In a typical scenario, a benchtop lab instrument would require a quality control technician to be monitoring the instrument and experiment. Based on that, we developed the protocol and the software for that so that it gets alerted to his laptop or his app to make any changes to the existing experiment that is taking place on the instrument. With keeping that in mind, we have tried to build innovative products and will go forward more with artificial intelligence and virtual reality going forward as the technology requires.
You have, I understand, your presence as far as exhibitions both in India and globally are concerned. For the sake of our viewers, just give us a sense of the impact that these exhibitions really have on your business.
I think it is very impactful to meet end users as well as the customers. Still, I think the old traditional way of building relationships matter, and these exhibitions give us the platform to have a big pool of new customers, new end users, and learning about new technology. So exhibition is the most important marketing tool that we use in terms of getting better access on the world market stage as well as the Indian market.
Okay, the last 2 or 3 questions, Samir, before we let you go. What are the biggest challenges perhaps that you faced in your business that you can tell us about, how you overcome them, and to use that really to talk to our viewers about any advice you may have?
I think the major challenge for us is that this is a very labor intensive industry, a lot of skilled labor is required. So there are not enough schools dedicated to the glass blowing skills. So we have to develop all these new labor force, training them inside instead of getting it from Polytechnic or instead of getting it from other engineering colleges.
Sure.
Then other challenges is the power. We have enough power, but the distribution is not that great, due to which we being in remote area or smaller industrial areas, these challenges still exist.
Let's talk about the role of technology and technology for a company like yours in an industry which is yours. Talk to us about the role of that.
I think technology is one integral part that if you ignore it, you'll die. This is imperative that for every business to grow, you have to adopt technology, you have to keep your eyes open, because the world is changing, and it has changed a lot in last 10 years, and it will completely change in next 10 years. In Glascoat DNA, we try to build a product portfolio which is more technology driven, where people can use the product in much easier way. Just to give you a small example, on one of the product, we built a QR coded process through which we have made the complete product usage paperless in the big pharma labs, which has helped the customers a lot, and a lot of pharma companies have started adopting that technology. It has made life easy for them, where everything get automatically uploaded on the cloud, and they don't have to fill in the worksheets, and all the processes are done automatically. So technology is something that we always strive and we always look forward to adopt in our products, and going forward this will be our core focus.
Samir, one last question in terms of what's next for you in the coming decade perhaps that you can leave us with?
Well, of course, we are growing organically since last 3 years, 20-25%. I think for the next 2-3 years, we'll still grow organically 20-25%. We are trying to increase the basket of the products, moving from lab glassware to lab instruments. We are looking at liquid handling. We are looking at filtration line of products. We are looking at safety line of products. We are looking at lab plastics. So there are many products that are used in the labs. We want to stick to the same channels where we can sell, but to increase the basket of products, we are looking at inorganic growth, how to grow inorganically by acquisitions. So I think going forward the next 10 years, our business plan or our thinking is that organically we will be growing by adding new product lines, but also through acquisitions.